Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully that's me live. Right. I ask this every week and I'm usually paranoid about it, but definitely, can you guys let me know if we are live in the chat, please? Yeah, because my internet is totally down, so I'm sort of logged into somebody else's internet just now. Don't even ask. It's not illegal, but yeah, but please let me know if everything's working. I don't know what speed their internet is or anything, but fingers crossed everything's working. And today, right, if you guys missed on Thursday, I think it was, I uploaded a video on the ODR and Etsy shutting down shops. Big shops, what was it called? It was Bedbugs Boutique. The ODR and all the business to do with that. And basically, I've had lots of questions on that, people asking a load of things about that, so I just wanted to cover that a bit today. Hopefully put everyone's minds at rest a little bit. I know we probably should be freaking out slightly, but that much, not that much. So I just wanted to cover that. So if you have any questions about the ODR or shutting down, Etsy shutting down shops or anything, just pop them in the chat just now and I'll get to them. I'll try and grab all the questions that we've already had. Yeah, let's get rolling. Cindy, wow, caught a live chat. Awesome, welcome aboard. And Mum, I am live. Thank you so much, Mum. Mary Duthie, for everyone who's not related to me. Okay, so looking good. So I wanted to start off with a little update of Krista and Jacob's Instagram. They've not posted anything since their guestplanation video. Not posted anything on Instagram or anywhere that I've been able to see. However, their last video, their last update was just basically a guess. They still don't know why it is their shop's been shut down. So it's just assuming it's an ODR. It could be a number of things. I hope they get things sorted, but yes, that's what's happening just now. However, what has happened, just looking at now, I don't know what their Instagram page started with follower wise, but they're now over 10,000 followers, so that's quite a good boost for sure. And looking at their page, let's all look at their page. Looking at their page, before all this happened, regular posts were getting around 100 likes and a couple of comments, not really massive. Now I'll say the only comparison I have with Instagram pages is my own, and my own at about 1,000 followers is getting about 200 hearts and maybe 20 to 30 comments. So possibly their Instagram page was 1,000 or less. However, how people interact with different things is different. Obviously, people are a little more crazy about commenting on dogs maybe than they are about pillow bows, which are cute, but yeah, you probably share dogs a bit more with your mates than pillow bows. They are absolutely unique. Right, but yes, so we said, what did we just say? About 100 likes and a couple of comments. Obviously, this little one went pretty viral, and that's got 1,000 views and nearly 300 comments, but their posts since, they've been putting up some positive posts and things, so that's about 400 times increase in hearts and 40 times increase in comments. So they're definitely getting a lot more attention, which is good. That's hopefully helping them out and making them feel a little less crazy. However, I have over the past few days had a few people mention to me that their shops have been shut down as well, and they're just not getting that kind of virality. I'm not holding anything bad against Bedbugs Boutique. I'm so happy for them that things are working out a little bit, but there are, for everyone that does good and gets a bit viral and gets a lot of help, keep an eye out. There's other people needing help there as well. And if I know of any contact, if I know of any Instagram or anywhere else to follow other people that have had their shops shut have their shop shut down, I will let you know, so we can hopefully give a helping hand to people in this kind of difficult thing. Oh, CJ's in the house. Hello there. And Javier. Hello, all the ODR attacks. Exactly. It sounds like some kind of movie, doesn't it? I just scrolled down and seen you said the exact thing. Yeah, a Killer Bee movie. It came from outer space and the ODR attacks. Dimitra, hello there. And Rosanny, hello. Greetings, Rosanny. Right, so I don't know how long this stream's going to be. Like I say, I just wanted to talk about this ODR thing because it is quite rightly having people freaking out a little bit. One thing I just want to say to put things into perspective, it feels like there's lots of people talking about that's Ben having a good face itch. We all need a good face itch sometimes. Oh, he's shy. He decides to stop doing it when we turn the camera. If you can let me know in chat, roughly how many people do you think you've heard in the last wee while talking about their shops being shut down from the ODR or anything else? Because sometimes it starts to feel like this is a massiver good English, but this is a huge, much bigger issue than these kind of things are. And thinking about it, I've heard a lot of people talking about people's shops that have been shut down, but definitely obviously heard of Bedbugs Boutique. I've gone and I've looked at their shop's definitely gone, so that's a truth. So there's one, and I'm thinking about half a dozen I've definitely had tell me that their shops have been shut down. Let's say 10 to 12 at the most that I have personally heard of or seen talking about. So let me know in the comments, what kind of numbers are you hearing, just to know how much should we be freaking out about this. Now, and I said in my video as well, although I'm saying the scale's maybe not something to freak out about, at the same time, for the people that get hit by it, it is a big deal, and it's important that we keep an eye on it as well, because firstly, if people are getting shut down without the warning, without Etsy following the steps that they're promising that they're going to follow, which is reaching out to people, giving them messages, giving them second chances where relevant, we have to hold Etsy to account as well, because you know it's the old thing. If you don't stand up for the people below you and say this is none of your business, then there'll be no one to stand up for you when it's your turn. So I can't remember the exact quote, and it has nothing to do with selling on Etsy. It's something about the government, to be perfectly honest, but it's kind of relevant. So we have to keep an eye on and make sure it doesn't get out of hand. But basically, I did a search and I found in 2018, I haven't found anything more recent, it's always difficult to find recent things. In 2018 there was over 2 million active shops on Etsy. So if it doesn't, let's say if 20 shops have got, it'll be more than that, but if 20 shops have got shut down because of the ODR lately, that's a fraction of a percent in 2 million. I can't even do that maths just now, but it is a tiny amount. It's a big deal for those people, but it's a tiny amount. So our level of panic should be tiny-ish. So that's just my thought there. Who have we got? Catherine, hello there, and Molly Molly, hello there. Carly, hello there. It's actually a person I know in real life that's not my mum. Watching a long Wix ad before I see you. Oh, sorry, but thank you. Yay, money for me. Sorry, but yeah, I'm never sure what size it ads and everything. Unfortunately, I have no control over the ads. But yeah, Wix ads are a huge deal. I should maybe fire up my Wix account again and get using that. Yes, they do seem to. CJ, you've heard of at least 4 shops. I know one said 4, but but they had I'm not entirely sure what you're saying there. I sound like I'm stuttering, but you've heard of at least 4 shops. Yeah. Other thing I will say is, it's almost like people are confused and think that ODR stands for Etsy Shut My Shop Down. ODR stands for Order Dissatisfaction. Oh, I'm doing it again. Did you see in the video? I couldn't say it. Dissatisfaction rate. See, I can do words. So what it means is the shops shut down for bad customer performance, low reviews, or cases open against them. But people are confusing and saying, oh, a shop's been shut down. This is ODR gone mad. And I'll say the majority of shops I've seen shut down are shut down because of copyright infringement, IP, Disney, basically. So many. And if you look on it, people, right, swervy side tangent, we're going off in this direction. But I did, on the eRank forum this morning, someone was commenting, people were talking about all the Disney shops and everything, and Etsy needs to do something about it, and Etsy must just be leaving this alone because it makes them so much money. There's massive shops that are selling thousands and thousands of copyright infringing things. But how it currently works, how the system works, is the copyright holder has to reach out to Etsy and say, this is my stuff, this is my copyright, take it down. And then Etsy contacts the seller. Generally, if it's just 1 or 2 little things and the person didn't know, generally Etsy is kind. Excuse me. Better. Generally Etsy is kind and will just take it down and tell us what we did wrong. I've made that mistake. I said so in my video earlier in the week. I've made that mistake. I've tried to sell some copyright things because I didn't know. I was given bad advice. Everyone used to tell us in the past that it was okay, kind of, if it was fan art, like if I made a needle felted Jack Skellington, then it was never going to be in the same pose or identical to what was in the film. Not the case at all. I can't make Jack Skellington. The name's copyright, the image is copyright, the feel of it. If you can look at it and go, that's Jack Skellington, then that's me trying to rip off Disney. Right, I've distracted myself now. Yeah, so if you don't know, Etsy tends to be kind of okay. But if you keep on putting that item up and they have to keep on chasing you up, or if you're a shop and that's what you're selling, nothing but masses of these, then they're just going to shut your shop. We don't need this hassle. We don't want Disney contacting us every 2 minutes. You're out of here. And people are saying Etsy should police this. And the thing is, we don't want them to, because if Etsy policed it, now I said there's over 2 million active sellers. Of them active sellers, I don't know how many listings they're putting up every week. Some people put up a load of listings. So let's say on average everybody puts up 1 listing a week, which is probably a very low average. That'll be 2 million new listings every single week on Etsy for Etsy to police. Which no, they couldn't hire people to do that. They would need millions of staff and it would cost a fortune. So it would have to be an automated system. And automated systems make massive mistakes. That's something we found, for those of you on YouTube, is basically what happened, a similar kind of thing, where they're looking for bad videos or copyright music or swear words or child targeted things. All this stuff has happened on YouTube, and they've had to put in automated systems to try and spot these things. And what happens is the automated system has to make sure it's not missing any, so it spreads its net way wider and catches people who are not doing anything wrong. And it's been a huge thing. There's been a whole lot of trouble with that. So if this was the case on Etsy, we'd have automated systems that would be trying to learn and would be catching half of the listings going up on Etsy and saying you can't put that up, and you'd have to appeal it, and it would have to go through a review. So it might take you weeks to get a listing put up on Etsy. So I don't think we want that system in place. And also, we can't really report a shop to Etsy, because at the end of the day, well, for Etsy as well, it is possible to get a license to sell these things. It's not easy. I wrote to Lucasfilm about 3 weeks ago to talk about getting the license process, and nobody has wrote back to me yet. They're that busy, they don't even bother. So you can get a license. So we don't know. Some of these shops might have a license, might legally be selling the things. And also, people selling vintage or something, they have the right to do that. So the system would have to differentiate between this is a shop that's allowed to do this and this is a shop that isn't. And also, then you've got the stupid things where people can trademark a common saying if it's used on a t-shirt in America, if it's used in a mug in Sri Lanka, or random things. So that the writing, the words on, printed stuff, is that copyright, trademark? I always get them muddled up. But the whatever for that is huge and impossible. So yeah, it's so big for Etsy to have to police, and they would make so many mistakes with it. And I've seen there's other places, some of the like mug designers, the places where you can make your own mugs and everything. I was trying to make one for a dog training club that I was a member of, just a club that we wanted, maybe to make 10 t-shirts or something, and part of our design had a paw print within it. It was a paw print with flames and a feet. It was pretty cool. And that was declined because they said a company owns the copyright to paw prints. I was just like, wow. I can't make a mug with a paw print on it. So that was totally blocked straight away. So and yeah, mine had nothing to do with that thing, but there was no way around it. There was no personal touch. So yeah, there's gonna be lots of people doing the wrong thing on Etsy. We've just got to sit and stay in our lane. That's my little detour there. Right, and I see there's lots of chat coming, so I better find out where I'd got to. Javier, you checked the Etsy forums, but they're so difficult to navigate. I hate the new Etsy forums. I'm trying to get in there, but they're nasty. And there's like one or two big faces on there that are pretty rude. One of them I really liked. I'm not naming names, but I really liked some of the stuff that they were posting, but they rip into everything to do with E-rank like constantly, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go and get in a fight with someone, so I'm just gonna step away. Yeah, they're so difficult to navigate and search since the redesign. Could not really find anything on ODR affected shops. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I don't know if they just take things down, because they're compared to what you're seeing in Facebook groups, there's not a lot of the complaining. There's a little bit of complaining, but not the same amount. So I'm wondering if they just take things down. And also, if somebody has their shop shut down, they're losing buyer and seller privileges, so they're losing access to the forum. So it's not the best place to find out about the people that have completely lost their shop. I think some, if they still have some orders to deal with, they're kind of left with some access, but some, from what I'm hearing, they lose everything. Their account's gone, so they can't come into the forums and complain. So Facebook, Reddit probably, I should check Reddit some more, Twitter, all these places will probably hear the shouting. CJ, they were making Disney. Another shop was making things from bullet cartridges. Not sure what they were called. Yeah, sounds cool though. Bullet cartridge art. Matada, is that cool? Etsy sellers work hard to grow their stores. By doing this, they sell more and profit more, for sure, but they make themselves shut down because of ODR. Yes and no. There's a risk with the ODR, but like I said, it is at the minute in time a small risk, so people don't really want to be freaking out. I think, right, we will go into, let's quickly nip into some of the things you can be doing to protect yourself, because some sellers' attitudes suck. I don't know if this is a different thing with different countries, because in Europe, in the EU, we are responsible for shipping our items to our customer. We are responsible if the customer doesn't like it. We have to refund them in full, including shipping. That's how it works. That's customer support as far as I'm concerned. Now, it sounds terrible, but the majority of customers aren't actually trying to rip you off. So it's absolutely fine. And also, I don't have to refund like personalized things. But we're responsible, but so many people are like saying, well, I sent it, it's not my problem anymore. If it's slow in the mail, that's not my problem. And that's, in my opinion, that's wrong, and that's where you get a low review or a case against you. If a customer orders something off you and they don't get it and you're not helpful, you're saying, I sent it, buck stops here, done my job, then people will give a low review. As a buyer, I would give a low review because I've paid my money, and I've paid my money for you to get that item and put it in my hand. Not personally, but you contract out a separate mail carrier. Your customer does not have the contract with the mail carrier. You are subcontracting them on your behalf to get the item to the customer. So in my opinion, buck stops with you. If things go wrong, now if you think your customers are going to rip you off and everything, get tracking, get signed for, not so much. I know that can be a problem in some places. If people aren't able to go and pick it up, then it bounces back to you, but get tracking at least. If you can show by the tracking that the item was delivered to the customer, you're in the clear. The second the tracking says delivered to the customer, then the buck stops there. But if it's taken a long time or something, that is your responsibility. And if you own up to that, and if you put in the effort with the customers, then you're less likely to get a bad review. You're less likely. I mean, okay, cases are going to get opened sometimes. And the ODR thing does make it feel a bit scary, but bear in mind it's a rolling thing. I think it's 3 months. So the past 3 months, orders that have been made, but as the time moves on, the things are dropping off the end. So unless you have a real bad run of luck in this 3 months, and then in the next 3 months, because then they're going to view your shop. So generally it should be okay. I mean, my items take forever to make, they take forever to ship, and touch wood, I'm all 5-star reviews, and I've only had one case. I've had one case open from me against me ever, and I've had one 4-star review. And the 4-star review is hilarious. It's a bookmark. You see the picture of the bookmark in the book. The bookmark takes up 3/4 of the size of the book, and the review was smaller than I expected. If it was any bigger, it'll dwarf the book. It won't work. But anyway, it was only a 4-star. So, I'm not the best at customer service. I have bad days when I don't answer my emails for a bit. I get slow going to the post office sometimes. I just own up to it. I say sorry to my customers. I say I'm a human being, not some corporate machine or something. So thankfully, get away with it. Right. Miss Sparkles, hello there. Oh, my voice. Interesting voice thing. Jumped. Mike Lease, to do with copyright stuff. I just started Etsy myself, but there are tutorials are out there who say, do it until you get a letter. It's, oh goodness, I've not seen them. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Awful. It's just bad practice and will ultimately slow your growth, in my opinion. You are absolutely right. Wow, that is terrible. Really bad advice. Yeah, it's like, break the law until you get caught is an awful way to run your business. No, you have to. It takes time to build up your shop. Absolutely, totally understand that. But if you build up based on not getting caught yet, then you're going to get caught and shut down. Good grief. I am sure there are shops out there. I am 100% sure there are people out there that run their business on open a copyrighted thing, do Baby Yoda, sell 10,000 things, get shut down, duck somewhere else. But yeah, I don't want to live my life like that. I want to build up a sustainable business. I mean, any of these things, not even taking into account the copyright things, you can run a business jumping on trends, trying to find the next big thing, rank for it, get selling, and then when that dies off, find the next big thing. Or you can run a business building on something sustainable that's going to be happening for you for the foreseeable future. You know, not doing a trend. I started with needle felted dogs 12-13 years ago now, and I can foresee that needle felted dogs will be still popular. You know, dog sculptures will be still popular in 20-30 years time. Not popular there, just steady level popular. So yeah, a business plan. And also for those of us who are not whizzes at SEO and everything, just being around for a while, building up, getting your presence known, all that's good with time. If you can just keep chugging along, it gets better as you go, rather than trying. I don't think I could dive in with a copyright infringing shop and make the level of sales to make it worth the risk. Not gonna try. That is not an experiment I'm gonna do for my channel. Jasmine Rini Art, hey Pam, hello there. CJ, absolutely don't do copyright. Yeah, best advice there. Mike, dang autocorrect. Report button at the bottom of their shop. Yeah, there is a report button. But for copyright stuff, I don't think Etsy can do a whole lot about it. And I know there's people that get wound up reporting hundreds of shops, and I think it's just a waste of your time. It's down to Disney, it's down to the people that own the copyright to do the reporting. Jasmine, yep, that's just silly. Yep. I've seen so many Baby Yoda items. Yeah, that's Lucasfilm. They did an awesome thing, but from a marketing point of view, it was a terrible thing. They kept a complete lid on Baby Yoda until he appeared in The Mandalorian. So we were all able to get that kind of moment when he just appeared. But it meant that they didn't have their merch out, and they didn't get it out before Christmas. And I think they completely dropped the ball there, because even myself, I was walking around the shops going, oh, I bet my mate would really like something Baby Yoda for Christmas, and I couldn't buy a single thing. I ended up making one. But yeah, they dropped the ball because the search terms for, I mean, let me just find this. You guys, if you haven't seen this is amazing. Right, hopefully I can find it. Give me a minute. Alright, Baby Yoda. I'm probably in the wrong account or something. I'm just looking on eRank. I will show you this in a second. My computer, I'm going to say my computer's running slow. Yeah, my borrowed internet from some random other person is running slow. No idea what's happening to my internet. But yeah, so that's running a little bit slow. Okay, so here we go. This is E-Rank, and I've just pulled up the searches for Baby Yoda. So obviously there was no searches because nobody really knew Baby Yoda could be a thing. There was like 20 searches. I get Yoda exists, so people were searching for a baby one, but nothing. And then in November, when he sort of appeared on the, well, I think he debuted in November, yeah, so 171,000 searches on Etsy. 171,000 searches on one platform before there was any merch for this item. And December, again, there was no merch for this. Oh my goodness. Over 500,000 searches on Etsy for Baby Yoda. Let's see what Amazon came up with. Is that trying to get there? That's trying to get there. So, but yeah, that you can see. I mean, people are saying, "Oh, this Baby Yoda shop has had 10,000 sales. It must have been around for ages." No, Baby Yoda sold that much. Right. So in Amazon, same again. September, people were kind of guessing there was a Baby Yoda for Amazon, but yeah, on Amazon in November, over 500,000. In December, 3 million searches. Wow. And eBay, that's just mind-blowing. In 1 month, we're already at December, we're at 3.5 million on 2 platforms. eBay, December, nearly 250,000. Wow. And let's hit Google Shopping. But yeah, these numbers are huge, and these are the numbers before there was any merch out. Yeah, again, Google Shopping, 40,000. Amazing. That's absolutely huge. So I totally get why people jumped in and did Baby Yoda shops, because Lucasfilm, Disney, I think they dropped the ball there. They should have had merch out for Christmas. Baby Yoda would have been the #1 selling toy for Christmas. I predict, do you remember those in the 90s and early noughties, the toy for Christmas where parents were like scrambling to buy the thing? I bet you Baby Yoda would have done that. Right, let's get the chat again. Jasmine, yeah, you see a ton on Twitter, Baby Yoda. Matata, you got a 2-star from a customer because the writing was smaller than expected. I was lucky to get 4 stars. I know. So sometimes there's nothing you can do. 2 stars is harsh, though. That's mean. I mean, if you're not happy, it would have to be really bad for me to go down to 3 stars with something. And 2 stars, I would be opening a case. Rachel, but were those shops definitely shut down because of ODR? Has Bedbugs Boutique confirmed it? It was that. Someone said it could have been a copyright infringement. No, that's the thing. I did say earlier on in this, the majority of people who I've heard say ODR, when I've been able to look into it, it's been copyright infringement, or it's been someone else in the house had their shop shut down and Etsy shut theirs down as well because they thought they were linked. So yeah, and Bedbugs Boutique don't know. They said the last update I saw is just them saying they don't know. They think it might have been, but they, in their own words, they say they've only had 1 case opened against them, so they don't know why. So if it is ODR, it shouldn't have been ODR, but I don't think it is. A copyright infringement, they say not. I can't look at their shop just now to see what was in it, but what they have on all their other accounts that I can see, it's pillows with bows on them. I mean, we had to look on their Instagram earlier. Oh, why is my computer so slow? There we go. And right screen, and this is the kind of stuff. It's pillows and pictures with, not bows, with flowers on them. I'm not seeing anything copyright likely there. Certainly not like Disney copyright. Somebody else could have made these things before and claiming them, but that wouldn't be enough to get them shut down. But to me that looks kind of unique. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything, but we don't know. But yeah, we don't know if it was the ODR, and that's another thing I'm trying to say to everyone. Everyone's freaking out about the ODR. I think I've heard of 2 shops definitely saying they were shut down for ODR. One of them didn't realise because the emails were going, they didn't get the emails, or they were going to their spam folder or something. And the other one, yeah, it was just a bit of bad luck. And hopefully Etsy will let them both appeal. Nicolay, excuse me. Etsy should educate their buyers how the platform works and stop advertising. Some buyers open cases and leave bad reviews just because they've no idea how to contact a seller. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to educate buyers, because buyers would have to do like read the thing or watch the video or sign up to be educated, and most of them don't want to. I think when you open a case, it does say, did you try and sort things out with the seller? But some people just think, I've had the one case I had opened against me, she literally thought that was how you got your money back. She'd sent me a mail. I was on the bus at the time trying to reply to it with a patchy Wi-Fi, and before I got a chance to reply to the mail, she'd already opened the case. So yeah, in my opinion, a thing that Etsy needs to do is to, if you have a 2-star review and you and the buyer chat about it and you're able to sort it to a satisfactory conclusion and they increase it to a 5-star, I think that should be removed from your history. The same if there's some kind of an ODR and what ends up happening, some kind of a case against you, and it just turns out, it was something simple, refunded, it's all shut, that's fine. I think these things shouldn't count against you if the customer walks away happy at the end. But yeah, Jasmine, agree, Baby Yoda's taken over. Yeah, but it's a cute takeover. He is adorable. Carly, yeah, oh thank you, my Baby Yoda was awesome, and as it's a gift for someone, it's fine. Well, it's one of these things, even fan art is kind of illegal, but kind of like it sort of falls under fair use. To find out if it was legal, they would have to come and sue me. They would have to come and take me to court, and a judge would have to decide. And I don't think they're going to come over here and take me to court for needle felting one tiny Baby Yoda. Who knows? One day they might. But it's not illegal. It's not legal. It's a kind of grey area. So yeah, it's not worth any other time chasing me, and I'm not making it. I'm not making it to make money. It was a bit of fun, and I had to make a Yoda. Mike, hypothetically, isn't it potential for competitor shops to buy a few orders and review bomb? Of course, hypothetical, don't know Etsy community that well. Yes, it is, but that would be kind of review fraud. I know Etsy absolutely can, they can track down if people are doing like click fraud on the advertising. This was something people worried about for a while, that competitors could look at your adverts and just click, click, click till your budget was used up, effectively stealing the money off you so that they could get their adverts seen. But Etsy can see that kind of activity. So again, they'll be able to see who is leaving these reviews. They'll be able to see if the shop is a potential competitor, and also they'll be able to see if the same shop does a whole ton of negative reviews for a whole ton of shops, then Etsy's not completely stupid. So hypothetically, yes, that is possible, but also hypothetically, Etsy will absolutely be able to see who's doing it, and I think the different shop than expected will get closed down if that was the case. Like, Etsy makes mistakes, Etsy takes wrong steps, but at the end of the day, in general, they're pretty good. In general, they're pretty good at protecting us. And in general, they're a public company that, you know, there's shares and shareholders and all sorts of things that they've got to keep happy. So they can't run like a 2-bit operation anymore and make stupid mistakes. They're going to get held up to it if they do too much wrong. Jasmine, that's a huge spike. It's absolutely bonkers, isn't it? Javier, have you seen the Etsy legal article about the shop closures? Is that the I think I have a link. Probably have a link. I do. Sorry, I'm trying to find things and read and talk at the same time. Was that here? See if I can open it up. The 3 myths about policy enforcement. This one. I did link to that in my last video. But yes, Etsy put up this article on the 19th, so I am pretty sure it's in response to all the flack they've been getting for this shop. Yeah, they put this up. I will say it's fairly generic, but yes, we'll quickly jump through this again. So it's saying the process of shutting down shops is automated, and they're saying no, a lot of it is automated, but then they have humans to jump in and review. Etsy don't give second chances, and they absolutely do. They gave me a second chance when I sold Jack Skellington without knowing I couldn't. And Etsy don't offer leniency. And this is the one where I think in these cases I hear a lot about this. They're saying they have one-on-one conversations, they take into consideration things that happen and blah blah, they make it sound all nice and wonderful. But I keep wanting to say a lot. I've heard 4 or 5 sellers say they had their shop shut down, they don't know why, they phoned up Etsy gives them a generic message and tells them not to call anymore. So that must be so difficult and so heartbreaking, and that's kind of against Etsy's rules. The problem is we only have these people's word to say for it. I mean, I'm not wanting to disparage anyone, but we don't know the full story of what's happening. But I think, well, no, I have heard of people have their shops reinstated. I've probably heard of more have their shops reinstated than not. So it is true that Etsy is trying to do good, but they're also trying to make it a good place to shop as well. So like the ODR, to watch your back, because, you know, before this was up, sure, they could shut a shop down or something, but there were some shops with large numbers of sales that had like 3 stars average review. That's rubbish. especially because people are so kind and generally give 5 stars. So it's really hard to have a shop that sells a lot to have such a low review. Oh, CJ, have a great day, Pam and everyone. Sunday morning, have to head out. You have a great day. Thank you for popping in. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups and a bit of gas from the Coke, so I'll have some more Coke. Cherry Coke. Good way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Would be better with vodka in it, but yeah. Mike, yeah, I hadn't even thought of the advertisement stuff. Oh, the Etsy community is wonderfully paranoid. We kind of have to be, but people look at where all the bad things can be. Mike has to take off. Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by and your great questions. Thank you for your support. A lot of your videos assisted me in getting started. Oh, awesome. That's good to hear. Hope to catch you next time. Cool. We'll look out for you. Thank you so much for dropping by. Right, guys. Let's talk about what's coming up. Oh, I think some of you guys are going to love this. I have properly started in on the Pinterest thing. I said last year I was going to look at it. When I started up doing videos, one of my most popular videos was showing how I built up my Pinterest account. And I, for a long time, wanted to build on that because basically I was completely wrong. That video is rubbish. Don't watch that video. It gives very bad advice because I'm a human being and I mess up too. So I've decided to really get into it, and so I'm doing step by step. I'm learning loads of stuff. I've linked up business accounts. I've learned so much extra awesome things. So I'm going to make a series of videos, and this is it's in conjunction with my starting an Etsy shop video because it's using my new shop, and I'm going to build Pinterest along with my shop to drive traffic to my shop, hopefully. So I'm learning stuff, I'm using it, I'm seeing how it works, and then I'm going to communicate it on a video. So hopefully you guys will like that. I'm going to have some of them dropping soon. So if that's something you're interested in, give us a yell. And if you're in anywhere you can get in contact with me. If you love Pinterest, if you're good at Pinterest, if you have anything to say about Pinterest, drop me a line about it and I might include that in the video as well. It's cool to know from people how it's gone with them. So that's one thing. Paper Crane, hi crafters, and hi Pam. Hi there, how are you doing? You've just about caught me as I'm leaving, but thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, it's a relatively quick stream today. Because the past week or so has been crazy, but I hope everybody is a little less freaking out about the ODR thing. That was literally just wanted to point out that most of what you're hearing is probably not ODR. We don't even know if the bedbugs shop, we don't even know if that was an ODR strike. Etsy does and has reinstated shops. I don't know if they're going to with this shop. So it's a fraction of a percent, and probably about half of these shops will get their shops back again. So it's scary. If it happens to me, I'm going to be shouting very loudly. If it's happened to any of you, let me know. And I don't have much power, but we've got 10,000 followers here and a few other in some of the groups and things. So please contact me if you want some help. I have no inroads with Etsy that nobody else does, but maybe we can get a bit of a push and a bit of a help. Anyway, guys, I think that will do for this Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. You have an awesome creative time. Make something great. Create something. Let me see it, and I'll see you